Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Combat Corner, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez Showmont. If you haven't done so yet, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment. I hope you enjoyed the content. We're bringing to you an interview with what probably is the fighter who just landed the knockout of the year. Really could be knockout of the century. 3 seconds. Not 4, not 5, not 6, not 3-second knockout at BKFC 78. You already know who it is, folks. I got with me Esteban Mohawk Rodriguez in the building. Welcome aboard, my friend, man. Yo.
Oh, brother, man. What it do?
Talk about this experience. How has this 3-second? It's been a week. How has this 3-second KO changed?
Man, listen, man. I still haven't came down yet, man. I'm ready for war, baby. I ain't get enough of it yet, man. Oh, man, I'm telling you, it was like a dream come true. It happened so fast, man. I felt so good. Everything was just so natural. It was perfect, man. I couldn't have wrote it better myself,
man. Just for folks that didn't see it, you need to go back and look at it. It's a viral clip. Mohawk comes across the ring. Boom, boom, boom. Good night. 3 seconds. Second fastest KO in combat sports history. Clearly the knockout of the night. Knockout of the year. I don't even know how anyone. I don't know how anyone can do it faster than that, really. But it was unreal. You know, you have an energy about you that I think maybe.
Thank you.
Maybe Conor McGregor's got something close, but your energy level is just of such joy and excitement.
Man.
I remember you coming out after the fight, and you're like, everybody wanted to talk to you, and you're like, yeah, let's go.
No, man. Listen, man, it's just when you're chasing dreams this big, man, you ain't got no choice but to find that true excitement and joy, and it brings you a different currency, man. When you do this for the right reasons, you have no choice but to be happy all the time, man. And when you've been through the fire enough, man, eventually you'll be able to shine as bright as that motherfucker,
man. Have you ever seen Key and Peele, the comedians?
Oh, I love him.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I love those guys, man.
I was going to ask you about that because some of what you did reminded me of one of their skits where the guy wins the basketball championship. He's like, anything is possible. If you're gonna fly, you can fly. Kids, he only means, he means metaphorically. No, I mean, literally, you can fly. You can fly, jump off, and lick your arm, and let it fly. Because ladies and gentlemen, I'm very, very sorry. I didn't know what metaphorically meant. Because it kind of reminds me of that character. Have you ever seen that one where the basketball player?
Oh man, I love it, man. I love those guys, man.
And then anything is possible. You want Kevin Garnett
as well. Though. It's true. Anything, man. Yes, sir. I told them before from the beginning, though, man. They told me it was impossible, and I was like, you know what time it is. Sit back, buckle up, and watch.
How much energy does it take how much energy do you use in the weigh-in? I mean, because you're so hyped. You're like, like it's just the energy. If I did that, I'd be tired,
it's just the natural power, man.
So
yeah, it felt good, man. It felt good doing that natural energy. It's just eating my vegetables when I was supposed to. The salmon, man. You get that sense of feeling, man, that just gives you some springiness. You know what I mean? And it's like a clean, like hard, like recycle of the body. Like before my fights, I'm always doing a very, very clean diet. I do a lot of meditating in the steam room, man. When I do that meditating in the steam room, it really helps me out a lot. Mentally, physically, man, and I feel that reset, man. So it's just like constantly re-energizing the battery, you know.
Where have you been, man? 19 months since the fight, your last fight. Where have you been? Were you injured? Were you dealing with some personal things? What where have you been?
Yeah, man. So life throws you them curveballs sometimes, man. And I ended up getting a pulmonary embolism that almost took me out the game. They told me that I was gonna die May 2023 because my lung was gonna collapse. I had like a $50 size dead tissue in my lung. And so when I was helping Jamal Hill get ready for UFC 300, man, and there was a hard breathing, man, that I couldn't catch my breath. And I ended up going in. My wife got on my case. My sister got on my case. And they got on my case, man. I went in. Pulmonary embolism, man. I just started doing everything and anything that they were telling me to get rid of it. They told me I was going to be on blood thinners for the rest of my life. And I couldn't accept that, man. I couldn't accept that anymore. I switched it up. I started doing beetroots, man, to open up the veins, mullein plant to clear out the lungs, and a gallon of water, swimming, and a lot of meditation of breathing in the steam room. And I cleared it out, man. I did what they told me wasn't possible. I got to doing like black seed oil too. And man, it was just hard work, man. And it got the heart to be able to pull more oxygen to the lungs doing those routines. So that way I was able to feed that dead tissue oxygen and give that an environment for it to be able to rehabilitate. Because like, I mean, if you think about it, when you get cut, what happens? Your body rehabilitates really quick, heals right back up. Yeah, you get a scar, but it heals right back up. So I had that mentality of, all right, if I give it the right conditions, I can bounce right back. And man, I ended up jumping through hell and high water. And I jumped through every hoop they told me, man. And that came out, the pulmonologist was like, yeah, we did CAT scans, all that good stuff, x-rays, completely rehabilitated, man. Completely rehabilitated. And they told me that rehabilitating an organ, which was the lung, that it was impossible. And man, I proved them all wrong. And look at me now, baby. We were in the best shape ever been in, and on the top of our game, and making history, baby. Man, it was just phenomenal, and it was just a different type of energy, man, that you end up locking into, man. And I tapped in hard, man, and I let go of the wheel, man. I had full faith. I put blind faith in, man, and I figured I let go of the steering wheel, and we'll see what happens. And man, did it drive me straight through the promised land, baby.
This was last year, not 23, because you said 23. This was 24, right?
Yep, this is 2024.
24. And you go into the doctor or hospital, and they tell you this, and what's the first thing in your mind?
Man, I mean, it was just I couldn't comprehend it at first, you know what I mean? Like, it was just, they were speaking medical terms, and of course, you know what I mean, coming from my background, and like, I didn't have any experience, and they were throwing me some big words, and I'm like, hold on a second, let me get the Google out real quick, and they were talking about blood thinners for indefinitely, and I was like, hold on, babe, what's indefinitely?
That means forever.
I'm like looking at him, and I'm like, yo, what's going on here with all this and that? And they're talking about $1,200 every week, man, and it's just like, you know, I can't afford that, man. I'm gonna be honest, dude. I can't afford $1,200 a week for that kind of stuff, man. Like, I don't got the insurance to cover that. Like, what does that put me in? And like, I put myself in a position where I had to have blind faith. I had no choice, man. And it was like, otherwise I was gonna find me and my family on the streets, man. So I put my faith in the man above, and I figured, you know what, I gotta figure out, have faith in the body process and anatomy. And that's when I started learning all the way that breathing is, and the way all that went through. And that's when I just started coming up with that routine. I just gave the body its best position, and man, miracles happen, man. Miracles happen, man. And I'm here as a living proof to be able to show the people, man, like the possibilities, you know what I mean? If you put your mind to it, you know what I mean? If you can see it in your head, you can hold it in your hands, man.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I mean, if you hadn't had this checked out, I mean, you probably wouldn't even be here right now at this point.
Oh no, 100%, man. Because my lung would do it. Like, it was difficult to breathe. It was very, very difficult to breathe. And it came to a point where it was just like, man, they were just lighting me up, man. They were lighting me up. Like, we were having fun, man. Me and Jamal, dude, we were in there dancing, man, and it was just I came to a point I couldn't breathe at all, like in the first rounds, and usually I'm ready to go round after round after round. They're like, man, you got to get that checked out. That's not normal, man. So when I finally went in, and my wife was like, look, it's better to check it out now than later. And I'm like, man, you see why you bring me to the hospital? This is what I found out. But thank God, though, she did, though. You know what I mean? It's like going to there and hearing those words is just, it's heartbreaking, man. And then it's like, it's difficult to try to break that down to the family and to the friends and everybody. And like, it's very, very emotional, but like scary and nerve wracking at the same time. But it's just like, you come to a point where like, you don't really know, but your kind of body knows this is going to be a battle that we've never been through before, you know? And I really had to buckle down and bite on my mouthpiece, man, and swim into uncharted waters. And man, was I so grateful to be able to make that choice to do that, because look at it now, baby. We're changing the game now, man. I'm going to set a whole new trend to pressure, man. A whole new different controlled chaos is about to touch the combat sports, baby. And Mohawk is going to be the name right next to it, man.
How many months did it take for you to overcome this and get through this? Because, I mean, you're talking about April, May of last year. We're in July 25. Like, when did
It took me three months, man. It took me 3 months to really find out like the whole process to it, and then finally apply everything that the routines that I came through. And like all the routines that my wife ended up dropping me down through, doing the yoga and everything. And like all of that, it took me 3 months to clear that half a dollar size out of my lung, rehabilitate it 100%, and have absolutely no blood clots in my body whatsoever. And it was very difficult to get through those days that I did not want to get into the pool. Very difficult in those days where it's just, I didn't want to show up to the gym. And it was just like, thinking about it, like, you know what, I got to be here for the family. Like, my life depends on this now, you know? And it's like, it's hard to make yourself believe that, because when you first hear it, it's unbelievable, you know what I mean? And then especially coming from where I just finally found my niche, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
bare knuckle boxing, man, I was born for this, baby. Like, this was me. Like, I don't know what it is, like, embracing that grind. Like, I don't care who they are, what they do, how long they've been training. You go in there and step in front of me, we gonna be fighting. You know, you go in there for the fight of your life. You like it or not, we either getting that knockout of the night, or we coming out with fight of the night. Otherwise, you know what I mean, you're gonna be bringing me and carrying me out on my shield, you know?
When you look back at, you're 4-1 now. When you look back at the fight that you lost to Jomi Escoboza, were you feeling this lung issue in that fight, or was this after that fight?
No, this was definitely after that fight. Because I mean, that fight, that was just, I felt very good in that fight too. Like, I did a lot of training. I mean, that was my first time getting 3 weeks full of training. So I did 3 full weeks of training for that one, and I felt phenomenal. But I was just, you know, I didn't have the experience at all, like to the professional boxing experience. My coach only had 3 weeks, maybe 4, not even, to like figure out what we needed to work on, what we needed to adjust, and how we needed to apply it with my fighting style. And he gave me the opportunity of a lifetime of being able to like do what I wanted to train to do. And I was able to really like start focusing on high output, but controlled high output, bringing that controlled chaos to their door, bringing them into a position where I like to take them in and they can't really think in that process.
Mm-hmm. So you got this win now. When do you want to fight again? I mean, you obviously
tomorrow. You put me next week, baby. Let's go.
You obviously suffered a ton. You suffered a ton of damage.
Man,
a lot of damage.
That was a flawless victory, baby. Flawless victory. Hey, now I know what the Mortal Kombats feel like, man. Old Liu Kang coming out that thing, man. Now I know what it feels like, man. Flawless victory. Man.
So I mean, obviously you want to get back in there. You lost 18, 19 months of your career, of your life to dealing with this thing. And, you know, I know you called out Kamosi. Besides Kamosi, there's other guys, you know.
Man, listen, I'm going to mop the floor with the 205 division. Any name that's in front of mine, top 5, top 3, all of them, they gonna get smoked. It don't matter what time it is. Listen, I just look what I did with 6 weeks. Imagine what I'm gonna do with the whole 3 months. You know what I mean? Give me a year. What's gonna happen? Who's gonna stop me, baby? I'm just getting started, man. Listen, they have no idea what's coming. I told them before, man, and I'm gonna tell them again. Buckle up, because I'm just getting started.
So when we spoke at the fight, you told me you're Cuban. Your family's Cuban. Were you born
Mexican, Cuban, American, B.
Were you born in Michigan, or were you born in Cuba or Mexico?
I was actually born in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, man, out in Old Dauphin County.
Okay, so now you gotta you gotta explain this to me seriously, because your father was born in Cuba, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And my mom was born in Morelia, Michoacan, out of Mexico.
How the hell did this Cuban guy and this Mexican-born woman meet up in Pennsylvania?
Man, in the beautiful, beautiful promised lands of America, baby. They created this monster, man. I have no idea how, where, when they brought it together. I believe out in Florida was the beginning of all this, if I remember correctly. Okay. And then from there was work out there in Pennsylvania, man. And then from Pennsylvania, there was work in Michigan. And then from there, it was history. We ended up taking our own business out there in Michigan, man. Born and raised, I would say, out there. And that's where the Mohawk was born and freaking raised out there, baby. And we became that beacon of hope for the people, man.
What? So they met in South Florida and just in Florida?
I believe it was Homestead.
Homestead. Oh my goodness.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So he was like the normal Cuban who ended up in Miami. Then okay. All right.
Yes, sir.
Because my father was born in Cuba, and I live in I grew up in Miami. I live in Broward County now, in Pompano Beach.
Oh, nice.
From the Hard Rock. But so now it's just so interesting when you hear Cuban ends up in Michigan. You're like, how the hell did that happen?
Do
you speak Spanish?
Yes, sir. Sí, español, hablo español también, hermano.
So you were speaking Spanish in Pennsylvania and Michigan, and I'm sure no one speaks Spanish in Michigan for the most part.
Oh, man. It's wild. It's wild. You'd be surprised, though, man. The Cubans, they're pushing up there now, man. They're pushing up there. We're getting pretty deep out there now, man.
Had you ever been to South Florida before this trip this past week?
Yes, actually, I was out there. We had the main event. I started the party out there, actually, in the prelims. I'm sorry. I started the party in the prelims in Miami versus Joe Escoboza.
Oh, okay.
And so at the Dade County Fair, I think it was. That was the that was a phenomenal fight of the night. That one too, baby. That was the beginning. That was the beginning with that 185 world champ, man. He was doing his thing, man, and then they put us together, and man, we had fireworks out there, man.
Did you happen to have the opportunity when you were down here before to go hit some Cuban restaurants? Being that.
Man, I wanted to. I didn't. Unfortunately, I was handling business. Unfortunately, man, so I didn't get a chance to.
Okay. So. No, it's just a wild story because I'm here. There's so many Cuban fighters down here in the BKFC. You hear about G the Cut Man who came over in a raft at 5.
Oh man, he's good people.
You got Brian Durano Gallo. He came over in a raft at 9. And you're like,
man, that's wild. Man. He's an amazing fighter too.
It's so crazy. When you talk to your dad about the experience, how did your father come over from Cuba? When did he come over from Cuba?
He came on the raft too, baby. He was out there on the banana boat, baby. He came through on the banana boat. I heard some stories about him, man. It was wild, man. It was wild.
What about those stories, resonate to, you hear this story from your father. I don't know how old he was or what have you, but when you hear these stories from your father and then you're in this country, and I don't think American-born, Cubans truly can ever understand it because they didn't experience it. I can't I'm an American. My father was born there. I can't imagine floating in a raft for 10 days.
Well, I heard stories. Yeah, they were telling me stories that It was difficult on sleeping, man, because like there, if you fell asleep on the banana boat, they were all coming on. They would throw you over and keep your luggage, and just to be able to make room for the people to be able to be on there. It was bad, man. It was bad, and it was pretty horrible. The stories, man.
Does that create the fighter in you? Hearing stuff
I
like
mean,
that.
it kind of. I feel like, you know what I mean. If they were able to go through that stuff, man, I feel like what else can we do? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, yeah, like, man, being in that fire, you can explain and tell people kind of how hot it is and like how that burns. You know.
Mhm. What brought you to BKFC? When did you start fighting?
Whew.
What was, because I mean, I know you did MMA, and so forth. What brought you to from the MMA to BKFC, and what got you into just combat sports in general? When did you know this was what you wanted to do?
Well, when I was doing the MMA, I went 1-4, man. I went 1-4, all Americana losses. I wasn't able to afford the jiu-jitsu. I came to a dark corner in my life, man, a dark point. I ended up biting the barrel, man. I bit the barrel, man, and I started thinking to myself, like, what is going on here? What am I doing? That's when I actually started praying. I started really putting down that prayer, and I started having faith, and I made a choice, man. And next thing you know, 2 days right after that, not even, I think it was the next day, I get a call, you know what I mean? Because I was putting my money and my rent up and everything to do these camps for the professional fighting, and I wasn't able to get any fights. And then I did finally get a fight, and I would dump everything into it. Then week of the fight, I got ghosted because the commissioners of the fight, I had the 1-3 losses, and I wasn't able to get a winning record. And they're like, well, you need a winning record to be able to fight. And I'm like, well, how can I get a fight if I don't have a winning record, if you don't give me one? So it was just like back and forth and back and forth. And then they got a hold of me from Dynasty, I think somebody out in Nebraska. They threw me to the wolves, man. They wanted me to die out there, man. But I came back, dude, and the BKFC knocked on my door, man, and told me, hey, you want to take this guy out here, Eric Murray, out in Omaha, Nebraska. And guy was undefeated, and he was a savage out there. And I was like, you know what? Don't play with my heart. I'll do it. Just let me fight, please. And, man, I went out there, and we got another viral knockout, man. Right after the bell, we got a knockout, blew this guy's bottom 4 teeth in, man. And right after the bell, and it was like the fastest right after the bell, I think, at that point. And like the second round, though, man, and it was insane, dude. I was like blown away at what I was able to do that time too, man. Man, that's when it all began. I was like, this is me, bro. I found my sport. And like that's when I knew everything was gonna change, man, because there was so much adversity before that fight.
Mhm.
There was like my shoes, man. Huge shout out to Greg from Ohio, Cleveland, man. Like 3 o'clock in the morning, man. It was him that made all this happen because I was about to lose contract, not able to find any fighting shoes, any boxing shoes or wrestling shoes my size to be able to make contract and be able to fight. And it was just at 4 in the morning, 3 or something in the morning, we showed up to Cleveland, Ohio, man. And this man showed up in a parking lot and sold me those shoes, man, off of Facebook Market, bro. Saved the day, dude. And that was the beginning of the run that you are seeing now.
What size shoe do you wear?
16s.
Yo, that's that's a hard shoe to find. Yeah, that's a custom
Man,
shoe.
it was like finding a unicorn, man. My wife called all of the Dick's Sporting Goods, all of the Mount, what was it, the Mount something, I believe it is. All of these top spots that are supposed to have these shoes. No wrestling shoes, no boxing shoes, like nothing. Goodwills. We were calling everywhere from here all the way to Nebraska.
Were you driving
nothing,
there?
No one ordered.
Did you drive to Nebraska?
Oh yeah, yep. We were driving through and we were like checking out all the spots on the highway because you could like add stops on the GPS. She went through and did so like I was training that morning and when Amazon didn't come through for us and she worked her magic, man, and was like, all right, we got a list of these people that are gonna be here right off of the highway. This state. We could stop in Ohio. We could stop in Illinois. Nobody, not one of them. She called over like 20 locations. Not one spot had any size 15s or 16s in order, man. It was wild, man. That man, we drove all the way to Cleveland, Ohio to pick those shoes up specifically before this fight. And that was like the day we were supposed to be over there. So it was like the super time crunch, man. It was insane, man. It was insane.
when you think about these types of experiences and these stories and these things that you've lived, it's built you into the guy you are. You know, like
Man.
overcoming, like to get. I mean, I figure you probably would have run out there in some chancletas and some flip flops if
I
you
was
had
ready.
to. You would fight
I was
you would
ready.
like you'd have fought with flip flops or barefoot if you had to, or some
Hey, I would have just
running
made some
shoes.
shoes out of tape. I
You
would have
know,
made the shoes out
but
of tape.
to go through all that to get the shoes that allow you to fight, and then the fight's the next day.
Yeah, man, it was insane, man. Because we had to show up for the weigh-ins and all that
Weigh-in.
stuff, and it was like for the media, I had to have my shoes and everything. And I told them, I was like, "Well, is there any way I can find sneakers or any of this other stuff?" They're like, "No, absolutely not. Like you cannot. It has to be boxing shoes or weight training shoes." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Are you kidding me, dude? Like, I didn't never even put any of those types of shoe on in my life before, like, let alone trying to find those, man." And it was a nightmare. What happened like right then and there. It was like the nightmare before Christmas, man. And it was just, and then, man, I'm telling you, I don't know how she did it. She found him though, and like she was in contact with this guy, man. And this guy, she was like, "Look, don't play with our emotions. There's a lot on the line for this. Like, we will not be there till 3 something in the morning." And this man was like, "No, bro, I got you. You show up, I got you. If you're serious about this." And I'm checking in every minute, every like 30 minutes, every hour. Cause it's like, who's gonna stay up till 3, 4 in the morning? You know what I mean? On a Wednesday night, you know what I mean? And actually deliver these shoes to this man driving across the country, or states, that's across the states. And it's unheard of, man. It's unheard of, but he did it. This man, Greg, what was his last name? I forgot what his last name was, man. But I give him a shout out, man, all the time. And Greg Scholar, something like that, man. And this man, he came through, man. He had faith in the man to meet in 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, man. I remember meeting with the guy like, "Yo, you got the stuff?" We're looking at each other like, the only two cars in the parking lot. And he's looking at me, "You got the money?" I don't see no shoes in his hand, man. I'm like telling everybody, "All right, you gotta stay in the car. If anything happens, run this man over and just leave me. Go get the cops or get out of here, save yourself." But man, he came through, man, pulled the shoes out from back behind his pocket. "I got the stuff." And I was like, "Oh, my man. Let me slap these on real quick." I tried them on. $40, baby. $40.
So
Man, saved and changed my life, man.
So when you fight for obviously the goal is to fight for a title, win a title. So when you get that opportunity, are you gonna find this guy on your Facebook thing and say you need to come to my title fight? I'm giving
you better believe
get you tickets for this fight.
There doesn't know what he created, man. Yeah, that's definitely been the plan. Me and my wife talked about it, and we figured there was gonna be a time that's one thing that we're gonna be doing is inviting them to that fight and paying for it.
That's amazing. That's amazing, man. That's
a wild story, man. I'm telling you, when you put your faith in the man above, man, and you start really truly believing and having that true faith and prayer, miracles start happening, man. Like miracles. I can't explain it, man. Like, and I coming from my background, people judge me. You know what I mean? You this and that, your language. I'm like, yeah, screw you guys, whatever you want. I'm like that. This is what I do. I am me. Fuck you, excuse my language, but you know what I mean? I'm like, you know what I mean? I have my back. You know what I mean? I know he got my back because I'm doing this work. I wouldn't be here without him, and I get praise every day. I pray and I say thank you, and I'm very grateful, man, because I took this opportunity to be able to really, really have that true faith in him, man, and look at where he's brought us. Now, we're changing records, man, just like making history, man. Like, come on, yo, like, the things, man, like you ain't even hear the tip of the iceberg yet, man. You ain't even hear the things that he's put me through. I'm telling you, man, it's just, I am the beacon of hope to those people that think that they cannot do what they think that they want to do. Because I know if I'm here doing it, they can be out there doing it, man, because I never would have believed that I would be here. You know what I mean? Second fastest knockout in combat sport history. Like, I embrace the grind, man. I love a fight. I've always loved that good fight, but like 3-second knockout, man. And like, I don't know if anybody's counted the punches yet, But I mean, from my knowledge, I believe I let off about 8 to 9 punches in those 3 seconds. So it's like, man, and I was feel like I was holding back. You know what I mean? Like I was able to I definitely could have if I would have went wild, I could have let loose a lot more punches, trust me. But I wanted to keep it professional and keep it stationed and everything founded. And man, I'm telling you, man, my coach did a phenomenal job of letting me open up and find my power now, man.
Did that first fight, was that a heavyweight? Because I'm looking.
Yes, that was actually yeah, we were at 215, I believe it was.
And you weighed 210 going into this heavyweight fight?
Yes, sir. It don't matter how big they are, man. Line them up, how tall. I'm ready to knock them down, baby. You gonna get the best out of me. Every single time.
That's wild, man. I mean, you said it's not. When did the Mohawk come?
Oh man, that was in 2004, man. That came out in 2004. I was done. I got tired of being bullied. At that moment in my life, I said, you know what? This is where I'm gonna be one of the biggest, baddest mother suckers that they seen in these streets. And I said, everybody had the ball fade, the curls, the Drake curls and all that stuff. And I was like, nah, I can't do it, man. I got to do something different. And I made that choice. Like, you know what? This is where my life is going to change, man. Nobody else had the Mohawk. And I was like, I'm doing a Mohawk. I turned my Jerry curls into the Mohawk.
You were what, 9 years old?
I was about, 8,
9 years old? 8 years old, something like that?
20, yeah.
04?
Wow, what? That is insane, yeah.
You're 33, right? I mean, that's 21.
Yes, sir.
No, I'm sorry, I can't count. I can't. 12 years old. 12 years old. You were 12.
Man, but it's, wow. That is insane, man. Yes.
So one day you come to school with this Mohawk. What are people saying?
Man, they were making fun of me, man. There was a long time when I was being made fun of, but then that's when I became that person that stood up for myself, man. And that's when it was just like, it was kind of a bad time in my life too, where I became a victim of the environment, man. And it was just like, in the streets, man, you earn respect. You got to be one of the biggest, baddest, man. I think I ended up seeing like a movie, Blood In, Blood Out, too. And I was like, this is me now. This is where it begins. And it was like, for the raza, you know what I mean? It was over with after that, man. I went down the wrong path for a second there, man. I learned the hard way, man. I learned the hard way down the line, but I ended up making a reputation for myself, man, unfortunately. And I ended up doing that and went to prison for a while, man. I ended up playing with guns a little too early and ended up changing my life around in there, man. Used that opportunity to come on back out here and started doing the whole fight game and changed my life around too, man. With that, that's what kept me out of trouble right there.
When did that happen? Where you were in prison?
I think the first time I went in, it was like 2009, I believe it was.
Okay.
A little bit before that.
You were 17?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I went in with the big boys, man. I remember I was scared. I was like, oh, man, I'm knocking on the door. Officer, there's a big guy over here, over 18, that's talking to me. And, oh, man, they were yelling at me, fish, and all kinds of crazy stuff. And you know, you only see the stuff in movies or on the little videos and stuff like that on YouTube back then, man. So to be actually living that, dude, I was scared. Excuse my language, but I was scared. I was scared.
When you got out, you know, what made that decision for you to I'm shifting away from that type of thing?
I ended up when I got in, I started doing a program called High School Equivalency Program at Michigan State University. I went to go get my GED, and when I went to go get my GED, they were like really, really helping me out, man, and like really guiding me down, getting my education together. And I was gonna go to the college assistant migrant program that they had, which is the camp program, where it's my first semester of college for free. And in that process, I was gonna be able to go play as a walk-on. They wanted me to go try out for the fighting, for the football. And I was like, sweet, let's do it. You know what I mean? But then while I was waiting for that camp program after the high school equivalency program, I did the fighting, man. I ended up doing the fighting, and my buddy got me a fight. He's like, hey, I'll keep you in shape for that fight, or for the football camp. Come on, let's try this fighting stuff, man. And After that 4-second knockout, man, it was over with. Everything else went out the window and the fighting game begun.
Wow, wow, wow. That's awesome, man. This is a very important question, and you're gonna laugh. Cuban food or Mexican food?
Lo cubano, chico, ya tú sabes. I love the sweets, man. I love the sweets. The plátano frito, the arroz negro, man, with that pollo del horno too. Oh,
But did you
don't
have
get
to
me
adjust?
started, man. I'm a fat boy at heart, man.
Did you have to adjust your diet though as well with all the things that you
Oh
did?
man. Yeah, I do a lot. I do a lot of adjusting of the diet, man. That's very critical as far as because like my weight cuts are very, very easy. I do a lot of salmon, salads. My wife's always making sure I'm on top of like the vegetables and the fruits eating and the clean eating of like tilapias, tunas, and rice that we make at home.
So do you ever get to have a cheat meal and have that Cuban fat boy at heart food?
Oh man, you know it, man. You know it. Hey man. I always tell her, man, pull up. I need some of those empanadas really quick, and then I'll sneak in there and give me my plátano frito. Man, I'm telling you, yo, it's a lovely thing. When you work hard, man, you gotta sneak them little couple wins in there, here and there. You know what I mean? You earn it,
Absolutely.
man. You earn it.
That environment in at the Hard Rock, what was that like?
Oh man, that was like no other, man. It was electric. It was exciting, palms sweaty. I wasn't even gambling, man. I wasn't even gambling. My heart was racing, man. It was just, man, it was wild. It was wild, man. It was wild. Something like no other, man.
So we are in July. You know, you're good. What's the ideal time for a turnaround for you to get back in the ring against anybody, whoever it is?
Man, if they give me a name here next month, next 2 weeks, I'm ready, man. Wherever they're ready to send me, man, I am ready. It'll take me less than 2 weeks to get it in order, man. That's all I need is 2 weeks. I'll be whatever fight shape they need me to be in, I'll be there.
Would you be able to fight in Sturgis if they called you for August 2nd?
Oh man, I would absolutely love to perform for the people of Sturgis, man. Listen, I would have that whole crowd on their feet.
I think the Hard Rock folks like you down here. I mean, September 12th, we're back at the Hard Rock.
Oh man, they give me that fight too. I'll set the whole place on fire, baby. I'll get them up there again, man.
Oh man, I look forward to seeing you fight again because I want to see more.
Trust me, man.
I want to see more. I want to see more. But no, that was an amazing experience to see that and how fat. I mean, it was like glink, glink, and
man,
like
I love it. Nobody's beat me to the punch.
He was a 3-0 fighter, and he was a pretty sizable favorite in that fight.
Man, he was scared. He scared me. I'm not gonna lie. The man scared me, man. When the man is feared, you know, when you got put fear in him, man, he'll make some different changes that he normally wanted, man. And I tell you, I had to set in, man, and I had to make that change because I wasn't going out there without without getting my hand raised, man. There was too much on the line, man. I had the kids from the training in the park program that I've been running free to the public. Anybody that wanted to come out and learn just better themselves and be any type of fitness or learn the basics of boxing, free water, free daycare for the kids. I got a little something called the Kid Cage where they're able to like really just step in there and have the toys, positive empowerment for them, you know what I mean? And just really start learning and have something different and better for the kids too, you know what I mean? To find that opportunity and shit. If the guys that are out there that are in that neighborhood, they want to throw down, afterwards, we'll throw the gloves on and get some sparring in and see what they're working with. You know what I mean? And give them the opportunity of a lifetime that, you know, changed my life, you know? So I figured it's just something beautiful that we can actually be able to give back that'll make an impact, you know?
Did you have a chance to talk to Dave Feldman after the fight that night or Serge or Shook about, you know, that fight and what they tell you? Because I mean, you got knocked out of the night, obviously.
Man, I told the man, I told the boss, man. I said, listen, yo, I'm gonna be your most entertaining fighter. Mark my words. If you give me an opportunity, you give me that right funds, man, too, to be able to move that needle, I'll break the whole scale, man. You just give me that shot, and we'll see what happens from here on forward, man. If they really take care of me, everything that they give me, I want to be giving back or reinvested right back into this because this is beyond me now, man. I'm on a different type of journey that the world's never seen before. I do this for the people, man, and everything that I'm doing is going to be for them And for you guys, man, and everything that you do, for putting us out there, man, I'm very grateful. And I just want to say thank you too, man. It's been an amazing trip, man. And like, I know this is just the beginning, man. So yeah, it's time to buckle up, man. It's time to buckle up.
Ladies and gentlemen, man, Esteban Mohawk Rodriguez. I'm going to link his social media in the description. Please do follow him. If you haven't seen this fight yet, all you got to do is probably type in 3-second KO BKFC and you'll find it real fast. Or go to the BKFC Instagram page, and it was like that. So you don't blink, but bro, I'm very appreciative of you jumping on here today, man. I thank you so very, very much. I look forward to your next fight, and man, again, congratulations. Amazing performance.
Oh, thank you, man.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is Esteban Mohawk Rodriguez. Corner, powered by Come On Now.
Let's go, baby.
Come on now.
Up and down through the blood and the sweat. Guarantee you can know I'm a threat. Up and down.